Meanwhile, I'm just like an alcoholic. I'm kidding.
You guys really appreciated the timestamps. I think it helped with retention. If I am not incorrect, let me confirm. That was our highest viewed podcast ever.
Oh yeah.
At 3.9K, it'll be 4K by the end of the night. We haven't cracked 4K yet total. So
it's because I wasn't here. I should go, guys.
No,
sorry. I'll see.
No, I think the timestamps helped. I really do think, because when people can know what to click on, at least they watch something, even if they don't watch the whole thing. So
yeah,
I think
for sure.
So we'll keep doing that tonight. Again, when we transition, if I forget it, you can just put timestamp in the chat and I'll take a look at it. All right. I think let's start off the day with Shopify and Apple earnings. Let's do Shopify first.
I don't know. There's only 125 people. I think we don't talk stocks until over 200.
So what
I think we just go for it. That's what the timestamps are for. They'll miss it.
Yeah,
they'll miss it live.
I know. I'm kidding. Go ahead.
They come, and then we'll just keep going.
If it was 2 people, would still
Shopify.
Do it.
No, well, Vitaly sent Vitaly was like, "Yo, check it out after hours." It was like up and away.
Where's Shopify after hours?
I think I do own Shopify. I was smart enough to buy it at the highs and the lows, so I got both of them.
How is that smart?
No, I know. They're definitely at the highs. I bought very little though. I went heavier.
In America, that's a joke.
That was a joke.
He says something that's opposite to what he really means.
Explain to this.
To laugh.
It wasn't funny. That's what I'm saying. That's the problem.
But I did go a little bit heavier on the lows, by the way. So I'm actually up pretty well now on Shopify. I should have bought way more. We never buy enough of that stuff. But still, I didn't buy it. When I bought it at $27, wherever it fell to, it was still at a 2,500 forward PE. Okay, so I was like, let me just dip my toe in here at a 2,500 forward PE, and now it's at a 5,000 or something forward PE. And the stock is overvalued, but I think one, they beat earnings. 2, they sold off. They fired 20% of their workforce, and 3, they sold off businesses that weren't cash generating businesses. So I think Wall Street just liked all of that. We'll see if it continues tomorrow, but those are the things that pump the stock. Will it last? I have no idea. And I'm definitely not going to chase this one.
I think the layoffs, and then Chris, we can get your thoughts, and then Carlos. I think the layoffs were a bit ruthless on earnings day to see your company do so well because you are getting an email that says you're laid off. Look, I respect Toby Luke a lot as a CEO, and he's got to do what he's got to do. But man, that was cutthroat. That was like, fuck you, employees. You're gone because we need to get this stock price up. And look, he's got to do what he's got to do. But that was rough. Distribution.
Why is that cutthroat? Why is that? What is the difference between anybody else?
Toby Luke brands himself and Shopify as a company that genuinely cares about their employees. And you don't genuinely care about your employees and get rid of 20% of them on the day of earnings just to pump the stock. You care about the shareholders, which is what you're supposed to do.
I mean, I don't know.
Remember, Shopify's in Canada. They're a little bit more.
I know, but hold on. What does it matter what day you get fired, whether it's on earnings or the next day? Like, I don't understand.
Because if they did it randomly, it would not be coincided with the decent earnings they put up, which would not have resulted in being up $23 today.
That's someone in the chat. Someone in the chat was asking, what was the book? It's not a book. This was the issue of GQ, October 2014, the year I moved to Los Angeles. It wasn't the name of the book. It was the name of the issue. That a fool at 40 is a fool forever. Anyway.
It was pretty ruthless to me, but nonetheless, he had to do what he had to do for shareholders. Distribution business sold it off to Flexport. This proved my thesis a little bit more that they're really not going to compete with Amazon if they can't make distributions profitable, because Amazon can't make it profitable, but obviously Amazon is scale, and so they subsidize it. Overall, good earnings. I'm not buying it at this valuation, but I'm happy for shareholders that are in it.
What was nice when we were talking about, even on the cowbell when we had a couple of episodes, that Amazon's only competitor was going to be Shopify, basically, with the logistics network. And now it's Flexport. Is that the competitor to Amazon? So once again, this actually gives a bull case for Amazon to continue 100%. Doing what it's doing. So if anyone who's thinking, I might buy Shopify or wait, well, no, Amazon's down, So it's probably better just to buy Amazon.
Chris, your thoughts on Shopify?
Yeah, I've tried to understand the business a lot more, but I can't get around how they're going to be
a little high, just to gain a little bit lower.
I don't know how they're going to be able to honestly compete with the likes of someone like Amazon. So I'm not in it. I will just comment about the ruthlessness of CEOs. Pressing times like this, you need a CEO at the helm who's going to be ruthless, right? Because businesses are slowing down. The availability of credit is starting to diminish. So you have to make sure that you're profitable. No longer are the days where people are just going to infinitely give you money and let you do whatever you want. So if you're not operating like a business operator, unfortunately, you're not going to do very well. And so, so while you think that, hey, 20% of the people that got laid off, you feel bad for them. Yeah, but think about the other 80% that are going to keep their jobs and be able to actually benefit from a lot of the stuff. So you look at Meta, it's the same situation, right? Well, Meta was like hiring people right and left, and then they ended up having to lay people off. But I mean, that's how business works, where when you have the opportunity to hire, you hire, and when you don't have the opportunity, you lay off as you need. The only thing is, a lot of hiring, from what I know, a lot of businesses, when they do hiring, they know that the talent pool that they're going to reach out to is going to be very broad. But then as these people work at your facility, there's going to be underperformers. There's going to be people that get lazy. There's going to be people that, want to just chill. And you want to get those people out. There's businesses out there that in the past, like GE used to have, like, Jack Welch is Amit and Vitali. Do you guys know who that is? Well, I mean, I'm sure Vitali, Jack Welch. Okay, Jack Welch was the CEO of GE for the long time. They used to call him Neutron Jack. And one of the policies that they had is that every year they would fire 10% of the bottom 10% of the company. Why? Because there was always this constant thing of like, we need to perform. I see a lot of times when I talk to people in tech, because of the last 2 years of just kind of easy compensation and everything else, a lot of people have become slackers. They're just like, whatever, my RSU. There's even like buzzwords that a lot of them use, like rest and vest. Like, you know what that means? Rest and vest. Have you heard of that? That means that you just basically, you don't really give a shit about your job anymore. You're just waiting till your options vest so that you can walk away with a huge payout.
Although quiet quitter was
quiet quitting.
Yeah.
Yep. So the efficiency ends up causing the businesses to not be as nimble as they need to really perform. So these layoffs are a good way to take those people out very broadly without targeting individuals. Usually companies have like a list of people ready to go. Like, I put a list of people together who are underperformers, and and then once these layoffs come, it's like, bye.
All these companies have key metrics, and I'm sure they know for a long time, but for some reason, during the heyday when money was cheap, they didn't know how to fire them. It was hard to fire a tech worker.
They were hiring more.
Yeah, but I guess you didn't know if you were going to use them ever, even if they sucked. So now it's a lot easier to say, you know what, we got to get rid of 20%. So let's just get rid of the bottom 20%. But before you leave Shopify, Kelly had a correct thing that she said. They're not competing with Amazon. So that is true because, in fact, they're competing with Etsy, which is the reason I said is because my wife had an Etsy shop when she started out small, right?
Does she still use Etsy or no?
No, because their fees were too much. And when you're a bigger shop owner like she was, basically they contact you personally and they help you out with your business. So like Etsy, I think would help her. And now Shopify, I think she has calls with them, and Google helps her. She actually has private calls. Like, imagine me and Carlos try to get some help with some of our ads on our 3 people who watch our channel. Nobody wanted to help us. But
Google ads, it was hard for me to set it up. I set it up a little bit. I spent like 40
if you're a big advertiser, you're alled to, you get a call.
I had to
help
talk
with
with
your
a
ads.
lady legit to do it. And it was ridiculous.
Yeah. But so listen, so basically she moved to Shopify and she tried Amazon too. So this is a real business owner who tried Amazon. Amazon sucks because the way they deal with the customers, like if a product gets damaged, you're responsible. So if someone damages something happens at their factory, doesn't matter. You're responsible. So they take no responsibility. So all the small shop owners, I know Amazon is a big behemoth, but they don't want to be, these small shop owners don't want to be part of Amazon. They just have no choice. So for some reason, my producer wife decided not to continue. She just runs her own Shopify store. So it doesn't compete with Amazon in the same way because she has a special product, obviously. So I think Kelly's right in that point that if you have a certain niche product that you're not going to compete in the Amazon ecosystem because it's something different. But having said that, Shopify is still the only real competitor as it grows into the future that we thought would compete with logistics and everything for Amazon. And now we see it's probably not going to do that at all, or it's going to do it way out into the future, right?